Hello, I'm Sean Lambert, and welcome back to Gary Grigsby's War in the East, where today we are continuing our test of the new and final patch of War in the East. It is still the first turn. Last time we were making our way up to Riga, which we captured, so now we got to do some administrative stuff with Riga. First things first, let's turn on priority repairs of the port. Something I would always recommend. And while we're at it, we might as well turn on priority repairs to that. And let's assign some construction units if we have any. I don't know how many we actually have available that are unattached. None. That's okay. We'll steal some from the 17th Army. They don't need them. So we'll give them that. We'll give them... I wish you could do more than one at a time. Just giving them regular construction battalions here. And you got to give them a lot to make a difference. So I'm essentially giving almost all of 17th Army's crap over them. And then eventually I'll return it. But this is a high priority item for me. Fortunately, it does end up using a lot of APs to get this done, but I feel like it's worth it. So that's 5. We're going to 8. Spending 8 APs on this. Very expensive, but I want it done faster. And unless you really commit to spending a lot on it, it really doesn't make a difference, unfortunately. So there we go. Stole a lot of construction battalions off of the 17th Army, which is fine because they don't really need them yet. Otherwise, this front is pretty much where I want it. Now, as far as the pocket goes, I am not an expert player at this part of the game at all, so you'll have to forgive me yet again for the mistakes I am about to make. But what I'm going to be doing here is trying to use my infantry to push as far as I can into Soviet territory. But the first thing I want to do is use some of these extra regiments here to try and isolate units before we even get going. And I think we can put him here safely. So basically, how I like to think about building the pockets is like trying to leave a gap of 1 unit each space, because if your zone of control will take care of the rest. We're also going to split this guy up into regiments. Kind of do the same thing with him eventually. But first, what I want to do is use the 35th Infantry Division to just push through one of these areas here and start working on like a little mini pocket before I launch any further attacks. Which... I forget what's under this. This is just... Okay, so this could work here. Let's try breaking this down and having the 3rd Regiment take out that. And then walk up, take out that. And then that should let them walk through. Take out that. These hex ice, no, they're not isolated yet. And that's what I'm trying to get to. Isolate these hexes here. Let's put him here. Okay, so they actually have some units in there. So I need to hit that with something real. Okay, now it's isolated. Now we'll use the minimum amount of strength to try to blast the rest of this open. Alright, so now that it's isolated, should be able to just... Oh, okay. That's not good. At least I didn't get a loss. I better turn off air support. Alright, well now I've committed to using a full infantry division to clear in this pocket. Maybe the regiment could take care of the rest here. I might just leave those infantry divisions where they are. Just drive around them. Okay. Now you can come back with your buddies here. Clear that line up. Well, like I said, I kind of committed the 30th Infantry Division to actually clearing the pocket, so I might as well just finish it. Okay, so now this whole area is clear, and we can advance all the way to Vilnius without really having any combat, which is kind of was the goal. Kind of what I was looking for. Okay, we know that we got to hit this Kaunas hex with at least a division. So let's do that. And I'm basically just trying to herd things. Okay, so now this should be able to be taken out with our regiments, I would think. Oh, apparently not. Apparently they have a mechanized division there. Whoopsies. Okay. Well, that was a mistake. Okay, so now we need to waste something stronger there. Could use an panzer division to do it, or we could just leave them. Could just drive around them. That's probably fine too. Because I do have a motorized division and a panzer division in the north still. So I could just drive around them. I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do here. So we'll send the motorized division out first. Well, first of all, let's see if we can get further with an infantry division. I don't think we can. I don't think any of these guys are close enough to... this guy could maybe do it. I don't know. Essentially what I'm going to try to do on turn 2 is close the pocket no matter where it is, but there's my wake up alarm. Should have had that before I screwed this up. Oh, God. Well, let's see if 121st Infantry Division can handle this. Yes, they can. And they can even hit that, too. That's great. Alright, that's a relief. Okay. That makes a big difference. So I could get this regiment up here. And remember, I have the combat delay movement point thing turned off. It's on minimal. What is it, 3 to there? Oh, okay, because crossing the river is better. It's weird. Alright, I used that whole division now. Alright, do we use 3rd Motorized as a entire unit, or do I split it into regiments? I think I might want to split it into regiments to be able to push a little further. But the problem is he's already pretty close to his supply limit, so I can only, or his command limit, so I can only do either him or the panzer division. Oh, actually, I guess I actually used all of his panzers further north. Yeah. Well, let's split them then, I guess, because we're gonna have to reorganize everything at the end anyway. Oh, I can't do that. Well, that's okay. This guy can move then. And this corps is already done, so they can move. All right. So now what I'm going to try to do is drive up and around. I don't know if I have enough movement points to do that. Or not. Let's find out. Going to here. Oh, there's an infantry division there. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if I can reach that with one of my infantry divisions. I don't think so. No, it's out of range. So I gotta bop it with this. Alright, that's fine. That's what we wanted there. We're just kind of walking our way along this road. Trying to find the open terrain where it exists. Okay, there's another infantry unit. And I think that's as far as he can get. So he's nice and safe behind that river. He can't get hurt at all. Now what I do wish I had is an ability to get up and clear these hexes with like a cavalry unit. That would be super helpful. But I know that there's no cavalry up here, I don't think. So that means I gotta waste a mechanized regiment to clear those hexes. So he could get up here with 17 left. Because he doesn't have to do the combat. Can only get to there with 5. So I think it's more efficient to use the combat. To just try to defeat this infantry division here with a regiment. Shit. Alright. So now we know that can't be done. So let's go up and around him. Oh, I can kill that guy. Alright, well I guess that's the path now. Gotta go up and around. Could clear that and then come right back. I think that gives a better movement point path now. Yeah, you can get all the way to there. Or all the way up to here. Because, I mean, this is kind of my jumping off point for Smolensk here. Is Molodensho. Wonder what unit this is. I wish I'd committed half of the division to do that. It probably would have been more useful. But I can start clearing this road. Because I know that the Soviets don't have a lot of stuff until that river. Like, there's nothing in here. So I can just use a unit to start clearing this road here. Yeah, that's not going to hurt me. Alright, so now I got to use the Panzer Division to actually do some clearing. Alright, so it's 16 points to here. Blow him away. Blow him away. I think if I approach the Minsk area from this side. I should be able to take it pretty easily. So I can clear out all that stuff, and that will let the follow-on unit get directly into Minsk, ideally. Question is, who's going to be the follow-on unit? Totenkorp? Maybe. Yeah, we'll have the SS take Minsk. Alright, now I'll split him into his regiments, because I don't think I need his full strength to hold the line. It's just to create the line. And then I'll take advantage of the rule and drive into there. And to have him... I mean, that's going to be isolated no matter what. So I could start clearing the hexes on the other side of the river. Make sure we have a bridgehead there. Like that. Kind of like that idea. Alright, so now this guy can get really far. But I think I want to work on the southern arm of this encirclement first, because this is kind of where I want things. Obviously, we would need to clear these hex, put a regiment or something back here. Probably a couple regiments just to keep the pocket open there. And eventually north from Vilnius towards Pskov is probably going to be this panzer, 6th Panzer, so he can rejoin the rest of his corps. But in the meantime, I got to use some, maybe the 20th Panzer. Or I could use one of the motorized divisions. Alright, well, let's start the southern half of this first. So the southern arm is just going to come up this rail line, essentially. Yeah, keep it kind of simple. And then I will make some attacks to start closing the pocket. Alright, so basically just what I did on the other side, I'm going to do on this side. Clear out what I can with like a regiment, just to open it up. And then from there move forward. So like go for these mini encirclements. So 2nd Regiment here is gonna just try to start this little mini encirclement. 12 points no matter where I go here. Well, I guess I might as well go to this hex. I knew I was going to need 2 divisions to do this, but that's okay. So he can get here. And we'll have this guy break another hole here, which should be able to isolate this hex. So then that can get easily cleared. And then this last regiment should be able to get up and behind this stuff here. But unfortunately, this is all swamp. I think it's going to be 2 either way. Well, I think I got a better chance to isolate it if I go this way. That. Because now I can move him. This is still not isolated, right? Move him here. Now it's isolated. Okay. So now I can just commit 1 division who is like further back. Someone who's not very useful. Yeah, like the 78th Infantry Division. 78th can clear out this pocket now. Mini pocket. Okay, I guess he doesn't have enough. Wow. Okay, that's unfortunate. How about to do this one? Nope. Alright, so these are kind of tough hexes then. I gotta hit it with a deliberate attack, I think. That does the trick. Alright, let's come back here and try a deliberate. Oh my god. I didn't even look at the odds, and I should have. Alright, so that means I have to commit a 2nd infantry division to clearing this stupid thing. And a deliberate attack. Very unfortunate. But I wanted that routed and out of there. Alright, how about this hex here? Oh, you know what? There was a river there. That's what was giving me the problem. I was attacking across a river. No wonder. I'm a dum-dum. Oh well. It's not like these guys could get super far, but I would have liked to have done it the easy way. Alright, so I think I split one of these divisions here. To do this work. Split him up. And he can go to this rail here. Which gives us that depot. And then, just looking at that rail line. It's so swampy though. I think sticking with the as clear terrain as possible through here. So like that. Through there is the better route. Of course, the Russians might have something to say about that, but And that lets us get all the way across the river here. That's a mechanized division. Those tend to be pretty good in defense. So I want to hit that with a full division probably. And the river, so this has a river to the northeast, southwest, and west. So I believe that means there's a river line there. But I could attack it from the left or the right. So I guess left. And I guess we'll hop him over the river. Why not? Okay, so now we're going to work on a mini encirclement with a regiment. Basically trying to get up to Grodno. Although, actually, it's probably not necessary. Now I think about it. Alright, so how far can this guy make it? No further than the other unit. So we'll leave him. How about you? You. Leave them. This guy can make it 1 hex further. So I think that's what we want to do. Again, start clearing that rail. Okay, so that's a whole division. Alright, so now that that's clear, you could probably take it out with one of these guys. Oh god, there's so many rail axes to fix. Oh, okay, we have a cavalry division that we could use. I don't know if the cavalry division could take out this. Do I even need to take it out, though? Maybe not. See, what I'm trying to do is split the middle here. So what I'm thinking is getting to this hex. And then going here, here, and attacking that. And then maybe with a regiment I can make it up there. No. No, the infantry can't make it that far. He could make it to here and blast that infantry division. But again, I don't know if I need to do that. I can just pocket him and then take him out next turn. So maybe now I think about using my motorized division here. And I don't think I can get away with using it as regiments. I think we got to push with the entire division. So this is clear terrain, okay. I don't know which side is better to attack from. I don't think there's a river says southeast, southwest. Okay, so I guess there must be a river protecting that side. So I guess we gotta go here. No, not Kopets. Okay, well that worked fine. I should have left a couple of regiments along the way, but I'm an idiot. Alright, so then this motorized regiment can probably sit here somewhere. Maybe in this woods hex. Maybe right on the rail line. That's fine. We definitely want something adjacent to this infantry division. At least a regiment. And then let's get something up and close the pocket. Isolate everything. Should be doable with a single panzer regiment. I do want to pocket some stuff down here too, so just starting to set that up. Alright, so 4th Panzer Division, we will send one regiment to try to close this pocket. I don't know, it would probably be helpful to kill that unit there, but I wonder if I can get away with not doing that. You know, I could just use the whole division instead of killing it before it's isolated. It's still not isolated. There's no way I can get there because there's a stupid unit there. Alright, we'll kill that, which will let us get that one extra hex and officially isolate all of this now. Alright, so now we have the makings of the pocket. Again, I want to put at least a panzer regiment or two along this gap, but otherwise it's done. So that's fine, I guess. Would have been nice to be able to kill this. I wonder if I can. It just doesn't have enough movement points left. Wonder if I can undo that. No. That's fine, we'll move him there. Yeah, that'll work. I mean, I could try it, turning on air support. I don't think he's in range of air support. Yeah, I don't know. Worried about that messing me up. Could bring the Panzer Division in across do a cross-river attack. Or I could just sit the Panzer Division there. Or Panzer Regiment, I should say. Yeah, so I could do it like that. Like, I don't really care if they recapture Minsk, frankly. I'd rather have more stuff on the other side of the river. But just to be safe, I guess let's knock that stuff back. Yeah. Alright, so 4th Panzer pretty much handled that entire area. Alright, now do I want to consolidate this pocket any further? Probably. I've lost some units out of the pocket, but that's okay. Alright, so now the goal is to get something going here. Start opening on our way to Kiev. What is the easiest way to Kiev from here? Probably along this rail. Takes us by the whole southwestern front, though. That's the only downside. That's an army HQ. I guess I might as well kill some of this stuff off. Again, I'm just going to go for like mini pockets here so that it's easier to kill the rifle divisions. Because that one's actually kind of strong. But we've got so much swamp here. So I think it's better to go here. And then cross the river down here and make a little pocket up with this hex and this hex. Oh, but I don't even have the movement to get there. Super annoying. Alright, we can get here at least. And then I mean, we just want to be able to cross the river, essentially. So we'll just use the whole division. Start clearing a path across the river. That's fine. Now with this regiment, sneak him over here. Okay, so that gives us an angle to attack that unit with. And we're gonna eventually get this knocked back. But the important thing was just crossing the river. Oh, they held even across the river. So they're putting up a 10. We can't have that. It's hard to get back there, though. So this is putting up like a 5. So this is going to need both of these units. And a deliberate attack. And this guy is now a pain in the ass. What an awful little area. I mean, I guess what we could do is try to clear this guy out, but he doesn't have enough movement points anymore. So we could do this. Oops, I meant to... Shit. Do they have enough to do it still? Yes, okay. Because what I wanted to do is hit that guy, stack him there. Now with that overstacked unit, it's going to be harder for them to retreat out of there. Oh, that's the theory anyway. Okay, so now we can start clearing this way. I think I actually have to hit it with another full infantry division. So if I come from this direction, I could just isolate this hex by doing that. And then I can get something into there, I bet. Oh, it's swamp, so it's hard to get to. I mean, I could put a motorized regiment in there. That could work. Kind of annoying to do, but at the same time, I don't want to attack that again this turn and just waste more combat. Okay, so now can I get any further with any infantry here? Because this pocket here, the Lvov pocket, does sometimes get a little bit annoying. So I guess the idea overall is that you want to kind of get to this point, I think. Even though you could, this activates the southern front. The downside to that. So I could just get to here. Oh wait, we could use this light division to clear that. And the important thing about some of these divisions is that they're surprisingly strong. Yeah, like that guy, he's very strong. Again, not something I really want to attack into unless I have to. Which I do. I definitely do have to. So what we can do is pop that with this division. Yeah, that's no problem. Okay, so now you can get there. Okay, so we do have to push this mountain division back one more hex. Which I think we could do. Nope. Yeah, those mountain divisions are very strong. That was a mistake. Alright, well, I guess let's use our own mountain division. 7, 8, 8, 5. Scouted, wow, okay. Neat. That's barely a 2-to-1. So that's a 16 here, wow. Guess I should have just attacked across the river to start with, because that guy had already been knocked back. Oh well. Live and you learn. You can tell that I am not a German player normally. Although I do know from the Soviets' perspective, it's almost impossible to extricate that unit once this situation has happened. So, like, it's not a big deal either way. Okay, he doesn't have enough movement points for that, but that's okay. All right. What do I have left to move here? A regiment, a security regiment. I don't know if I want to. Put the security regiments like on this side of the river here, just to protect that. Could split this guy up into regiments. any... Yeah, I do have a lot left over here. I want to use these light divisions wherever I can. That's like 1-to-1 odds. I should have gone to this hex. I made a mistake. But that's okay. Okay, so what I don't want is to activate the southern front if I don't have to. So what I'm going to do is hit this guy. Move him back there. And get here so that they're slower to evacuate that. To close this pocket is quite the struggle. You really got to use your motorized forces. I don't want to attack across the river there. That's why it would have been better if I could have gone around from the other side. I suppose I could commit a whole panzer division to do that. You know, come like that. Yeah, maybe that's what I do. Just, you know, clear this stuff out with my panzer division. It's probably fine. Alright, I mean, that's what panzer divisions are for, right? Okay, so now these guys are all isolated. I could probably clear most of this out with a light division. If I put him here... gives us a little bit more room to work with. I am going to split off and put one regiment here. Just to keep that door closed. Okay, the rest of that's probably okay. And I think that might be where I leave it for the episode. That was obviously a very long episode, but turn one is something you just got to grind your way through. So what we did this time was create a Minsk pocket. Took Minsk itself, obviously. And then we created a small Lvov pocket. But again, I didn't want to activate the Southern Front, because I know myself, because this is a solitaire game, I'm not playing against the AI. I know myself, and I know what I want as the Soviets is to be able to pull back everything off this front line if I can, and get it as far back as I can get it. because that makes defending Kiev way easier if you have those guys further back and you don't let all these border battles take place. So that's kind of why I did that. But these units here that are not pocketed are still very hard to get out. So it's not like I'll be able to rescue most of this stuff. Most of it is still gonna die, especially because I've been able to save some of these divisions here and not move them yet. My plan is to still have them fully rested next turn with full combat prep and use them on a drive towards Kiev a little bit faster than I would normally expect. But you can see that this is a pretty solid pocket here. I could probably extricate. I could probably get it to not be isolated the way it is right now. That is the only problem. Which is a bit of a problem. But at the same time, I kind of want to risk that. So I can move one hex further there. And then I can move him here. And then that guarantees it's going to stay isolated. Like there's no way they can link that back up now. Yeah, I think I like that better. So anyway, till next time, see ya.